What does retrograde in astrology mean? You've probably heard about it, and you probably know that it means some things. Usually people are scared of it. Well, by definition, it's a planet moving backwards in its orbit. Planets orbit counterclockwise, which is the same direction of the sun's rotation. So when one of these planets switches up its orbit, that's a retrograde. At least one planet is in retrograde 80% of the time. And retrogrades, they suggest a deviation from business as usual. In your birth chart, if you were born during a planet in retrograde, that's going to mean that that planet might not be fully expressed. It's a little weaker of a placement. So when we start with the inner planets, which are more about your inner life focus, Mercury goes into retrograde 3 to 4 times a year for 3 weeks. It shakes up your plans. Old connections reemerge, communication technology and travel are messed up. This is the time where you are forced to self-reflect. Venus, once every 18 months for 45 days, this reversal mostly affects your money and love. Use this time to gain perspective. Mars, once every 2.5 years for 2.5 months. This quiet killer stunts forward movement, creating frustration. Reflect on your plans and motivation. When we move to the social planets, Jupiter goes into retrograde for 4 months every 9 months, and it creates a time for expansion and growth for yourself. Time to regain your perspective. Saturn is once a year for 4 months. This will give you some relief from the constrictions of Saturn. This is time to redevelop your structure. We get to the outer planets, feel more out of touch with different generational aspects. For 5 months, once a year, Uranus goes into retrograde and it affects your soul, the destruction or the rebirth. This is time to confront your intuition and to focus on your brilliance. Neptune is half of the year, every year, which gives us a subtle loss of illusion and a clear view of reality. This is time to reflect on your ideal life. For Pluto, that's also half of the year every year. This is the time to focus on your shadow work and transform to the true you. So in summary, don't fear the retrograde. Use these times to your advantage. That's what they're there for. Cheers.